This is the end. Beautiful.
Now, like I said, I'm going to a really good film now. And, well, commonly dubbed as the best film of all time, Apocalypse Now is one hell of an experience. It hooks you from the beginning to the end, and I'm going to tell you why. So this is about a soldier, played by Martin Sheen, who, during the Vietnam War, is entrusted with a job to assassinate a rogue soldier, Colonel Walter E. Kurtz. May not sound like much, but, well, there's a lot of things in between that really catch you. Now, Martin Sheen narrates the whole film, and he does it perfectly. It's all about his thoughts, and they're always thinking about questions that you sort of have. Sort of, is this going to happen? What's this going to be like? And it really adds the anticipation and the suspense to the end. The whole film revolves around him and these other soldiers escorting him in this boat going across a river. And the questions become very clear. Why is he killing Kurtz? What has he done? And it really, yeah, like I said, adds great suspense to it. When he's reading through the documents, it's sort of adding more and more questions, more and more suspense. And that makes you really, built up. Or we'll come away to the ending, and you do want to watch the ending. But like I said, the beginning hooks you. It's very riveting. It's possibly the greatest beginning I've ever seen to a film. The first frame is just this forest. That's all you see. And the shot hangs for about 10 seconds. Then it explodes in fire. Then on the left you see a gun, on the right you see what looks like a helicopter fan. Then Martin Sheen's eye, then a ceiling fan. And it's all very frantic and climatic, and it's all playing to The End by The Doors, one of my all-time favourite songs. And it's so stimulating, just watching this and listening, and yeah, sort of gets you prepared for what lies ahead. While watching, I didn't think it could get any better, more riveting than that beginning. Even Martin Sheen says at the beginning he's going crazy for a mission, and my first impression was, well, no shit. So 2.5 hours of this film is Martin Sheen and his men on the boat. And, well, the good thing about it being very long is that you get a great sense of time. It doesn't whiz past like a lot of films. It's one I had with The Godfather, also by Francis Ford Coppola. And it's never boring, which is something that I was very surprised about, something I was expecting. But the boat ride is broken up by, moments which people remember most about the Vietnam War. And definitely the most memorable is the helicopter assault scene. And that is one massive symphony of chaos and destruction and madness. There are helicopters shooting, others flying out of control, children and women getting shot, people shooting at helicopters, schoolgirls throwing grenades. And, to top it all off, there's the famous
I love the smell of napalm in the morning
quote, which I love. And so you may be thinking, that's as good as it gets. Yeah, near the end it gets twice as good. 2.5 hours into the film, Martin Sheen finally arrives at the end of the river where Colonel Kurtz lies, and you instantly know something is wrong. There are lots of people staring at him in silence, dead bodies hang from trees, an American photographer raving about how amazing Kurtz is. But it's only when Martin Sheen meets Kurtz in person you realise what you've been waiting for. Marlon Brando portrays and performs one of the greatest villains in media history, one of the most iconic in history. The first thing you see is him just laying on his bed, and he's completely cloaked in a shadow, and he's just slowly talking, reading an extract out of a book, and slowly inches forward, and his performance engrosses you completely. And, every single thing he says has meaning. It's not, to fill in gaps in time for the film. Everything he says, it makes you think. You almost lose track of everything that's happening. And, well, he answers Martin Sheen's questions without him even asking, like he can read his mind. I had that feeling that he was doing that to me at times. At some points, I swear he was, manipulating me or getting into my mind. Like, most things he says, he's reading extracts from books when he's like, and it shows his opinions on war and other issues. And you know, sometimes you just find yourself agreeing with it and realising what you just did. It's really weird and creepy. You can tell Marlon Brando is driving Martin Sheen to the edge of insanity, and he starts to question, will he kill Kurtz, will he not? And it differs from the rest of the question of the film. There's all been lots of things, his mind's been all full up with questions. This time it's just two, kill or not kill. And he's got to think about which one it is. And the end climax, it's outstanding. Martin Sheen has to make his decision, and the pace is slow so you can savour it. The music gets louder and louder and louder. Every shot is even more dynamic than usual. Conveys everything he is thinking. And I'm not going to tell you what happens, but you'll be dying to know what happens. So, Apocalypse Now. Without doubt, the best war film of all time. Not the best film of all time, but damn close to it. The last line of the film is Marlon Brando saying, the horror. The horror. And that is what you will be thinking while watching this. And that's what you will experience. You will experience the horror of the Vietnam War. Fantastically shot, awesomely staged, breathtakingly climatic, and just a little addition, just, you know, the basil on top of the spaghetti. You've got Marlon Brando giving one of the greatest film villains of all time. Definitely the biggest scene stealer of all time. Hell, I even think it had a physical effect on me at times, because it was 9 o'clock and I decided, right, I'm going to watch Apocalypse Now. Apocalypse Now. That does sound quite unusual. Anyway, I was going to watch Apocalypse Now. I was all ready to sign myself up. In the beginning, wow, it was so visually stimulating, and it was in the same mood as I was ready to do it. Eyes wide open, wide awake, and by the end, not as a bad thing, but I was so tired. Not of the film, just physically, I was dead. You should have seen me. And when the film's over, I struggled to get up and get to my bed. I was just so like a zombie. Yeah, that is sort of how Martin Sheen's character was feeling. Albeit on a much larger scale. Very crazy and awake and very tired and exhausted. It had a physical effect on me. What more can I say? It's not something you can do every day. Not every film director just adds that in. It's difficult, and yet Francis Ford Coppola has managed it. This is an extraordinary and outstanding view on the Vietnam War. An incredible film, and I'm not sure if I can say this, but I think it does the Vietnam War justice. 10 out of 10. It's the best film I've reviewed so far. To 10. Yeah, watch it. It deserves to have the title Greatest Film of All Time. I don't think it is. Yeah, if anyone else says that, I'm not going to be arguing. It is just incredible, outstanding. I don't know how many more superlative words I could think of, so I should probably end it here. Yeah, so on that, well, superlative note, stay classy.
Friend.